Cool shirt for a cool dude.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Michelle Grohl.
Good morning, John Jones.
How are you?
John, no.
And Lisa Lee.
Good morning.
Good
Lisa,
morning.
what are you doing?
All right. Did you want to say something, Lisa, before we
Nope, carry on.
carry on? Okay. This is a song. Not that you care. I changed the name, so now it's called. This song is now called what? The Light Within Your Heart. And I'm thinking that this might be the one that we'll use in place of the Sweet Sweet Spirit song sometime in the future. We've been talking about that, but this one seemed to fit that kind of vibe, and I thought maybe we'd try it out this morning. Would that be okay? Yes. All right. Look around these bright faces, feel the gratitude rise for this breath, this moment now, and the blue of morning skies. Gather as one family, let your worries cease, ready to receive the truth, feel a deeper sense of peace. The world is full of blessings, we open up our hands. Take the good that's coming according to God's plan. This is the joy of being here. Our hearts are open wide, grateful for the Spirit's presence where the love abides. Happy to be alive and free. Let the music flow and start. Welcome home, welcome in to the light within your heart. Don't you think that's a good title? Is that a good title? Now let's turn our gaze to others, see the divine shining through the eyes of every person, a Christ light strong and true. We practice true compassion, seeing beauty, not the flaw, extending grace and kindness, living by the golden law. We're all connected threads, a tapestry of grace, and love's the only language that belongs in this sacred place. This is the joy of being here. Our hearts are open wide, grateful for the Spirit's presence where the love abides. Happy to be alive and free. Let the music flow and start. Welcome home, welcome in to the light within your heart. Real soft now, maybe. Feel the power moving in from the source of all that is. Fills us up and lifts us high with pure eternal bliss. We celebrate this wonderful life, gift we get to share, knowing God's right here with us, answering every prayer. So lift your voice and let it ring. Let your soul feel light and whole. It's a brand new day of wonder for every seeking soul. Being here, our hearts are open wide, grateful for the to the light within your heart. Welcome home, welcome in to the light within your heart. Welcome home,
Welcome home.
welcome home,
Welcome home.
welcome home.
There's no place like home.
Yes, put your heels. Everybody put your heels 3 times.
Hey, John Jones original. Awesomeness.
Let's call him Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I love it. Okay, I invite everybody to stand for our opening affirmations in our most vibrant outdoor voices. I am. I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am prosperous. I am prosperous. I am prosperous. I am prosperous. I say yes to my divine appointment. I say yes to my divine appointment. I am loved and I am love. I am loved and I am love. I am an unstoppable force. I am an unstoppable force of love in the world. Of love in the world. I am an author of the impossible. I am an author of the impossible. I am a living miracle. I am a living miracle. I'm a living miracle. I'm a living miracle. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. I am. I am. We are. We are. I am. I am. We are. We are. And so it is. So it is. Thank you, beloveds. I invite you to take a seat. Breathe in everything that has already occurred, everything that is already affirmed, our beautiful connection, our beautiful feel that we are already weaving together. I invite you to take a deep breath in, closing your eyes and bringing your attention to your breath. And allow this natural exchange that we have in every nanosecond with the universe to fill your physical body. Sense it filling your mind and aligning your thoughts, filling your spirit, softening your feelings. Sense into the warmth and the wisdom that is present in this exchange, knowing just where to go, just what to do to heal what is needing to be healed in this moment, to reveal what is needing to be revealed in this moment, and sense into the centering and the harmony that is present in this warmth and this embrace. Notice this natural flow of energy among all the many parts of you, and how there is no part of your beingness that can ever be dispensable to the universe. Every part of you magnificent. And breathe into the truth of this, the wholeness of this, the love that is there in this. On your next in-breath, I invite you to breathe in the gift of your ancestors, allowing them all to be present, to be alive, to be a vibrant part of your field. And sense how we, in our very presence here today in this place, are standing on their shoulders, feeling all of their strengths, feeling everything that was a part of what it meant to be a human on this planet. As something that we can inherit, something that we stand on, something that is foundational to our purpose for being on the planet right now. Take a deep breath, breathing inside of the fullness of this, knowing that we have human ancestors, but we also have geological ancestors. We have cosmic ancestors. Breathe into the largeness of that heritage, the strong shoulders that we indeed are standing upon. The Native Americans call this all my relations. Breathe inside of the aliveness of this gift, sensing and feeling the lifeblood of this rich inheritance in every part of your being, mind, body, spirit. Sensing the heft of its earthiness, the transcendence of its divinity. Feeling this in every part of the inner biome of your beingness. On your next out breath, breathe out the gift of your beingness as a gift back out into the universe. To our beautiful Mother Earth, to all of her sentient and non-sentient beings, to the cosmos of endless possibilities, to all those who will come after you, your descendants, sense their presence here even now among us. Sense how the natural response to this richness of this exchange and this in-breath and out-breath is gratitude. Take a moment to be with this gratitude, saying thank you, thank you. On your next in-breath, bring your awareness to all those who are around you, sensing them not as separate beings, but in the largeness of all of their relations as well. And as beings of this rich exchange, beings of deep interconnectedness. Sense into the collective field that is vibrant, that we are creating together in this very moment, the fullness that is here. Now include those who are here virtually with us, those who will listen to this recording later, sensing the richness of that interdimensionality of exchange that is present. Breathe the fullness of who we are together into your heart, and then back out into the whole. Breathing in who we are together into your heart, back out into the whole, sensing yourself also being breathed by every heart that is here. We are choosing to allow this awareness, this exchange, this aliveness to permeate this service and to the flow forward into the week ahead, into the months ahead. I invite you now to take another deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place today, and I know that it's the Spirit of the Lord. There are sweet expressions on each face today, and I know that it's the presence of the Lord. Sweet Holy Spirit, sweet heavenly dove, stay right here with us, filling us with your love. And for these blessings
met. And the affirmation, embraced by the divine, I am found and met at death. From Rumi, that which God said to the rose and caused it to laugh in full-blown beauty, he said to my heart and made it 100 times more beautiful. One of the gifts of the ego is that it is always seeking for ways that we can function safely in the world. Many of us, by the time we reach adulthood, have acquired numerous survival skills sets that could be readily applied to various scenarios. We can become quite masterful at them, but in time, our souls will reveal to us that at best, they can only mimic the deep care available to us from the divine. They do not provide the deep soul nourishment required for us to express our true miracle natures. Beyond any outer manifestation, what our souls seek above all else is to be truly met, to be loved in our depths, to be seen as we really are, to be held inside the embrace of that beloved knowing that finds us in places where we are unfindable to ourselves. Today, I open my heart and allow divine love to permeate all parts of my being, mind, body, and spirit, and experience the fullness of being seen, known, and held in my most tender places. I hear and respond to the unique calling and have all that I need to express my true miracle nature in the world. In the world. Embraced by the divine, I am found and met at death. And so it is.
And so we are adding a new segment into the service. Isn't that exciting? Periodically, we're going to have a wonderful discussion about our prosperity. I found this quote here by Abraham Hicks. Are you familiar with the Abraham Hicks transmissions, which I think are totally awesome? And I love the sentiment of that. There is nothing more spiritual than prosperity, because prosperity is the touching, feeling, tasting of alignment. And so it gives this image of prosperity moving all the way from the heavens through our entire being into the earth. And I feel that as spiritual beings here on the earth, that this is our task. And to do this with money, this can be kind of dense based on what the culture tells us. We have a lot of different thoughts. This is the thinking mind again, that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, that are present with that. And so it gives us an opportunity to not listen to those thoughts, but to really be absolutely, totally in the flow in every possible way with our finances. And so that's what we're looking at doing here at Unity of Las Vegas. And so we have a newly empowered finance team, Ira, Kathy, Paula, and myself. And we have been really bringing consciousness into what I call the financial stewardship, which is the nuts and bolts aspect of our finances. And that has been really beautiful to work with these people of such amazing consciousness. So I feel very grateful for you guys. Yes. And so what we are now looking at as an exciting possibility is to work with a financial consultant, Linda Anderson Henry, who actually I have been working with personally with my finances for the past year. She is the Director of Finance of Unity of Marin, and she considers it her ministry, actually, to work directly with ministers and ministries on this aspect of our financial prosperity, dotting all of the I's and crossing all the T's, and really bringing. I mean, energetically, it is truly bringing heaven to earth in terms of our finances. And so I would like to invite our wonderful treasurer, Paula, to come forward and tell you a little bit about what we have come up with here. Oh, yes. That would be good.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Grateful to be here this morning, and I'm so grateful to have participated in our leadership retreat that was in August, and the financial education class that was offered by Reverend Don Barton through Unity Southwest Region. It was very exciting. And there were a lot of exciting new ideas that have emerged, and I'm deeply thankful to serve you as your new treasurer as we continue growing in positive and prosperous ways. As part of our financial stewardship venture, we're inviting 20 members of our community to make a special $75 commitment to help us move forward in prosperity and purpose. And I'm happy to share that we already have 10 pledges. We're halfway there. So these contributions will allow us to work with Linda Anderson Henry from Unity of Marin, who helps ministries create, as you heard, financial sustainability through prosperity circles, offering guidance in financial review, cash flow manifestation, and applying Unity principles to our 2026 budget and now. So every amount counts and is deeply appreciated. Kathy will be accepting contributions this morning and your gift in any amount. So help us demonstrate the power of divine abundance in action. And thank you for being a part of this beautiful moment of co-creation. And thank you for allowing me to be of service.
Yay. Is the donation separate from the regular?
Yes, we are needing to make a special designation for this offering, so I invite you to give this to Kathy directly and let her know what this is for, so that we can write that on our green sheets.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I ask a question, please? What if we want to do this electronically?
Well, Ira can answer. It's a little bit more difficult because we don't have a designation electronically for this, but I think there's probably a way that we can pull it off.
Yeah. It depends on what the platform is for donating, but on the donate button, there is a place where you could put memo. But then let us know too. Just let us know, and we can let Sarah know, because we're gonna hold this money separate in QuickBooks in our accounts.
What's the best word to put there? Marin?
No, say, I guess prosperity.
Prosperity?
Yeah, prosperity team, something like that.
Okay.
Prosperity team. How about that?
Financial stewardship.
Oh,
That's
finance.
hard.
That's too difficult.
That was in my mind. That's actually what the tick in QuickBooks will be, financial stewardship. But if you put prosperity, we'll know too. But email one of us.
At our website.
I think personally we can say financial stewardship and we can spell it.
I think we
and
can do it
everything.
too, yes. And then it will still count as it's
Smarter
misspelled,
people.
you know? Not yet. Yeah, we're gonna do the meditation first. But I want to, just before we move on, to express gratitude to those that have already stepped forward. And please know that if you do not feel that this is something you can do in this time, that is also embraced fully in terms of your gift of consciousness to our ministry is a blessing. So I want to add that in there. So much gratitude for us. All right, this is our time of meditation. So I invite us to take some deep breaths in and out of our heart. And sense your body settling into your chair, your seat. Sense your beingness, in fact, settling into the earth. Feeling the pulse of the earth in your chest. Steady, ancient, faithful. This is the place where prayer begins, not in words, but invite you to bring your hands softly to your heart, noticing the warmth there, the quiet movement beneath your palm. This is the individuated heart. This is the one that loves, that hurts, that hopes. Breathe gratitude into it. With each inhale, whisper inwardly, thank you for carrying so much. Now I invite you to imagine a small door opening inside of this heart. Through that doorway, light begins to flow. Soft, golden, and gentle. This light carries all the stories that you have lived, all the desires you've held. Let them drift through the doorway, not to be lost, but to be transformed. Not to be lost, but to be elevated. Not to be lost, but to be honored as part of relationality itself. With your next breath, feel your awareness expanding and sense this light moving beyond your body, touching those around you, spreading out into the city, the beauty of our desert, the mountains, until you sense the vast pulsing field of life itself. This is the larger heart, the great circulation of compassion that moves through all beings. It breathes as much as you breathe it. Here, desire softens into devotion. Wanting becomes belonging. Let yourself rest in that pulse. Now imagine this field expanding even more into the cosmic heart of galaxies and oceans, the great rhythmic body of the universe. Feel your heartbeat syncing with the heartbeat of creation. Know that you are not praying alone. You cannot pray alone. You are the prayer, the pulse of the divine loving itself through you. I invite you to stay here for a few breaths. And now let love move freely, outward and inward, without needing to hold or define it. This is what invincibility feels like. Not armor, but openness. Slowly bring your awareness back to your chest, your own heartbeat, echoing with the rhythm of the cosmos. Whispering to yourself, my heart is a fractal of the cosmic heart. My devotion is the universe remembering itself as love. My heart is a fractal of the cosmic heart. My devotion is the universe remembering itself as love. When you're ready, take one more deep breath in, gently allowing yourself to bring your awareness back to this room, this time, this place, anchored, open, and whole.
Everybody sing along.
And so here we are in the midst of our series on prayer entitled Entangled Presencing, the weaving of embodied prayer. And we have begun to really unpack what in the world does that mean, as we go through time. And this idea of entanglement in terms of quantum physics showing us that we are deeply connected with every part of the universe, or even part of the multiverse. That is impossible in spite of distance, in spite of time. It's impossible to not be connected to each and everything in the universe. And so praying from this way of knowing is extremely potent. And so we've been looking at different ways of doing that. And to pray in an embodied way is to really incorporate your entire being. So last time we got together 2 weeks ago, we were talking about what it is to pray from the mind. What is it to pray? Today we're going to talk about how to pray from the heart. And Mary Liz actually is coming next week, and she is going to be inviting us how to pray with the body. And she has a really beautiful way of doing that. And so, last time we were together 2 weeks ago, the lesson was entitled, The Dream That's Praying You. And this goes back to this idea that it is impossible for us to pray alone. And in fact, our inspirations for our prayers even don't necessarily originate from us. And so it's that invitation to really extend our awareness out into our connectedness. And so last week we talked about the fact that there were 3 minds. There's 3 different kinds of minds. We kind of played with that idea with each other a little bit. Because when you say the word mind, everyone has a different idea of what that is. And so I think it's good to really consider that the mind has 3 categories. The first is the thinking mind. And most people kind of settle here when they think about mind. And that's the intellectual part of us. And it does really wonderful things. The ego is part of that whole piece. It keeps us safe. It tells us not to touch the stove because we're going to get burned. So it does have a purpose. All those kind of things are important. But it's very limited. It's not very visionary. It only knows small limits, and it tends to like to regurgitate the past. I don't know if you've noticed that. And so we don't want to only live in the thinking mind. The next mind is the imaginal mind. And the imaginal mind, we look at that word imagination, often people think of it as a woo-woo kind of word, that this is your imagination, it's not something that is real. But the imaginal realm, particularly in the understanding of the mystics, is this part of our mind that can go beyond circumstances, that can see possibility, that can see over the horizon, that can see after the thinking mind reaches its edge, that there's actually another whole reality that is much, much bigger than those limitations. So there's the imaginal mind, and then there's the entangled mind. And that's the mind that really moves from this real deep understanding of interconnectivity with all things. And so in prayer, you can actually watch yourself go through the stages of moving from thinking mind to imaginal mind and entangled mind. So today we're going to be talking about the heart. What is it to pray from the heart, in the heart, with the heart, as the heart? And so I have a question for you to open up our exploration today. Do you believe that God gives you the desires of your heart? Is our question for this morning. That is a biblical verse that many of you probably have heard. Where are we with that statement? Do we really believe that God gives us the desires of our heart?
I mean, everything's God, and I think our love shines through. But there's the more material. I want this. I don't want that. A desire and aversion are some of the Buddhist fetters that bind us from our true nature. So everything is God. So yes, God gives you desire and aversion, but it's a filter that's not supposed to be there. So, but the desire to care for people You know, there's desire, like an Enneagram 2 wants to care for people, an Enneagram 8 wants to protect people. It goes through that. That's God-given. Yeah.
Thank you.
My opinion.
Yes. Very wise one at that.
I think God gives you the desires of your heart, plus things you didn't even know you desired.
Yes, yes.
My most intimate heart moments, holding my wife and breathing with her, just feeling this beyond physical, just the breath of spirit and intimacy. And when I relax that as far as my wife and just feel the breath of life as an intimacy with love, that there's a fulfillment there when I become transparent enough. It's an ocean of fulfillment, and it's always there. It's just that I forget about it and get distracted. And that's my challenge, is to remember in a contest like this, it's easier to do.
Yes.
I think that God does give us the desires of our heart, if it's God's will. But it was kind of said just a moment ago, I think there are desires of the heart, unconscious desires of the heart that we don't know yet. That's God's will, and sometimes we get those too.
I think the conscious desire that you could have, even if you don't have it, but you have a desire for it, so the universal flow of things, leave it alone, and the universal flow will bring it to you. Some desires, you have to just let it go and still want those desires, and let the universal flow bring it to you.
My relationship has been evolutionary. I've started from a place of poverty consciousness, and I kept going. I kept getting myself backed into a corner. God would pull out this solution. I doubted you again. I doubted you again. I can't believe it. I've gotten beyond that. You know, Florence has a lot to do with that. I have everything I need. Things I didn't know I needed.
Yes, I do believe that God gives me the desires of my heart because I desire it. That's what I want. And because I desire it, He gives it to me. He's there. I desire.
I'm Chrissy. Today is my first day here, and I love the question.
Hey,
Hello,
welcome.
everybody. I believe that it depends. If it's in line with integrity and truth, I think that God does give you the desires of your heart. But if it's not in line with integrity and truth, then is it really even something that is in your purpose, like for you to do, you know, on your walk, in your path?
Thank you.
Yes and no. I believe that God gives you what He wants you to have. Unknowing to yourself, God has a purpose for us. And sometimes what we desire may not be in line with what God has for us, or a direction that God wants us to go. We may desire this one particular job, and say, "Oh, okay, God, I really want that job," but you don't get it because God has another type of job for you that you don't even know, that you didn't even know about, that was 10 times better than what you thought you desired. So my answer is kind of yes and no. He gives us what he wants us to have, to do what he wants us to do.
I agree with what she just said, because I was thinking that it's true when it comes from a place of love and hope and compassion. That's God giving you God's gift. But our hearts don't always. Sometimes we live in other places with fear and anger and worry. And in those cases, God can come to you also and just remind you you've forgotten who you are and change your mind about that. And then love prevails again. And then it indeed gives us the gift of our heart, which is just always love. Always love.
Thank you.
I like seeing it on both sides, where yes, the desires of your heart start and stem from love, from God, but we oftentimes get in our thinking mind and think, no, I can do it better. I don't need God. I can get what I want without God interfering or being part of the way shower. And I've been taught long ago through unity, actually, someone said, watch out for your longings and desires, because sometimes either one can be consequential to what you're thinking should be the right thing, but maybe it's not necessarily. And I guess it was the story of either Noah in the Bible, where he was called to do something that he didn't think he even had the ability to. But God shows up in ways that he doesn't tell you, he doesn't prepare you because you think you're able or capable of doing something. He calls you because you're called to do something. And then everything else sets up in alignment to get you ready for the call, whatever that call is. So if it's a job, if it's a relationship, if it's a health issue or whatever, you are called to serve in that direction according to God's will.
All right, and to Dolores, and then we'll be complete.
My personal knowing that God is all gives me no other desires. That's just it. That's all there is. God is.
Thank you so much, everybody. So beautiful. It is a wonderful exploration to take a look at. The word desire, as many of you may know, the root of that word means of God. So that's an interesting thing to really take a look at. And of course, in unity, we understand that we are God, so we're not separate. We cannot be separate from our desires. And so what happens in life when we start out on one road with a desire and prayer and things begin to change? What do we do, with that? How do we put all of those different things together? What does the mind tell us about those situations, and how do we move through them? And so I wanted to share my own personal experience of what I had when I started out on a particular track and then found myself being invited to take a sharp left. Have any of you ever had that experience? Well, I wanted to share it in the context of the story of my daughter, Crystal. Some of you have heard of this story before, but I felt that this is important to take a look at in this way regarding hearts and regarding prayer. And for me, this desire for my daughter to be healed after after I received this diagnosis in 1992 that she had a malignant brain tumor. This desire was very strong in my heart that she is well. And I would think that many of us who are mothers have that same type of feeling for their children. You want them to be thriving and you want them to be well. So I could not at that time imagine that there was any other desire that God would want to grant more than that. So I set out on the journey with that in mind, and as a family, we did everything right. I mean, everything that you could think of to do. We employed Western medicine. We did alternative medicine. And we even, in the hospital, when they wanted to put a feeding tube in her stomach and use, I forgot what the name of it is, but it's this canned formula. And we decided we weren't going to do that because we believed in natural food, so we created our own formula that would go into the feeding tube in the hospital. That's a whole other story in of itself. And spiritually, we were part of Renaissance Unity. It was Church of the Day at the time. We had all of these affirmations, and we had people praying for us. We did not consider the fact that this wasn't going to work. We did not consider the fact that she would pass away. None of that was even on the table. And so in the summer of 1994, when she did pass away, it moved me into a very dark place. I was totally confused by this. And of course, the thinking mind took over, as you might imagine. So I was there in the dark with the thinking mind. And the thinking mind tells you different things like truth principles obviously don't work. Or God doesn't really love you. I'm separate and alone. Or life is really basically unfair and unjust. And so this kind of thinking kind of went on for, quite some time. It's always interesting of what it is that kind of makes you not do that. And I got to the point where I just realized with that kind of thinking, it just wasn't a life that was worth living. It just was not. And something drastically had to change. And I knew what had to change was me. And I think of this Rumi quote, and there are other people that have said this, and I don't know it exactly, but the idea is a heart that has been cracked wide open is the way the light gets in. And I was in that place. And I decided not to stay in that heavy way of thinking, even though logic isn't what made me change, because logic only kind of kept the ball rolling, in terms of those limited thinkings and type of things. Even though, they were very logical. I could get several people to agree with me on those types of thinking. But in my heart, I just didn't want to live like that. I just didn't want to continue to be in that place. And so in that place where my heart was open, that's truly what happened, is that the light began to pour in. And I began to embrace other types of perspectives. And I decided that even in the face of this particular outcome, I needed to see it differently. And I needed to see it differently with my mind, and more not the thinking mind, but the other layers of mind, the visionary mind, the entangled mind. I need to move to those levels. And I needed to move beyond my own individuated broken heart. I needed to really tap into more of the cosmic heart, that larger way of being. And I needed to really move to this place of a world expressing love regardless of appearances. And so it was a major shift, because I decided that I would live at the level of cause instead of at the level of effect. Which means that I would be the first source of love in the world, so that I will bring love to every circumstance, every person that I saw. And I would behold the world of love, because that's what I am committed to bringing to the table in every situation. And this is something that didn't happen overnight. This was kind of an evolutionary, it was a really evolutionary way of being. But that is what really moved me to the other side. As I was mentioning, it was clearly one of those situations where I was going down life in a particular path, and the universe said, okay, sharp left. And the thing that was really important too, a lot of times when we have these types of situations, we tell ourselves, well, God just said no. I mean, that's one of the things the thinking mind says. But what I can see now is that God always says yes to the deeper desires of your heart. So there was something else going on in me that was more profound, that I wanted even deeper than my daughter's physical body remaining on the physical earth and alive. And I couldn't imagine at the time what in the world that could be. But I can see now, because of what happened there is really foundational to why I'm standing here today. I'm not sure that I would be the person I am today without that experience. I began to have a lot of paranormal type of experiences with her in this process. I began to be able to communicate with her when she was in the coma. In fact, she even took me into like a first person experience when she had all the tubes and all of that, and I could feel that as if that were me. Although she had a sense of humor, so she was doing it in a funny way, like this is just absolutely ridiculous. And I also began to communicate with her on the other side after she passed, which was I was having both the experience of a profound grief and this real elation, which I knew was hers, of being free. And I even had an experience where I could feel her physically coming in and out of my heart. So all of that began to show me that there's another picture of closeness, there's another picture of intimacy, and I actually feel closer to her now without her physical body than I did when she had one, which is not something I could possibly have imagined as an outcome before. And it, in general, has made for me the veil being very thin. And so it's easier for me now because of that experience to connect spiritually, to feel the deep interconnection that we are with everything that is alive, with all beings, to have that as a personal experience, and to speak from there. And so it changed all of those types of things. It would have been completely a different path had I not gone there. And so, in a sense, I can say now that God said yes. And what I'm inviting all of us to do, I mean, it's a very extreme example, however, we will be in situations where we start down one path in terms of our prayers from our desire. And a lot of times when we don't get it, at face value, we just say, oh, well, God just said no, move on. As opposed to really understanding that, as Valerie was saying, yes, God always says yes. Hang in there for that deeper yes. What is that? And allow yourself to be absolutely and completely transformed at death in order to see that yes, because that is the deepest affirmation of love that you can really make, is that willingness to really hang in there for the sake of that new perspective, for that new heart awareness that is waiting there as a gift. And I really love, Bonita Roy has a wonderful quote I came across a couple of days ago, which talks about this interconnectedness that we are with all things and all beings, and of course with her own divinity and with God. She says, the whole world is falling in love with you all the time. Everything is falling into relationship with everything else all the time. So that is that when we talked about in the special reading being met at depth, this is what the universe is drawing us into, a closer and closer awareness of that. Of course, you can't get there with the mind. This is something that the heart knows. So can you imagine walking outside today and looking at everything that you see, even if it's cars or whatever is out there, and saying, this is falling in love with me. Newly, right in this moment. Can you imagine living like that? And yet that is a truth that is always available to us. So it's very much making that shift from this idea of the separate self. More and more we can get to see that that is just an illusion. That is absolutely not true. And into this cosmic heart that has us and that meets us at depth in every moment. And so how do we do this? What's the way that we can begin to practice this deep heart meaning? And it's through compassion. And there are, many paths that really do wonderful teachings on compassion and that particular way of being with one another that sees through illusions, that is not judgmental, that is large-hearted enough to be able to accept one another at depth. And so I'm going to invite us to do an exercise together that my mentor, Jane Simmons, actually did at the New Thought in the Desert weekend that we had a few weeks ago. And so for this, I invite you to find a partner. Don't worry, we're not going to do anything weird. So this is not, don't have to be concerned about that. But it is important to find a partner and to sit near your partner. We actually need to make sure it needs to be 2 and not 3. So if we can, if there's anyone else that does not have a partner, we...
Looks like you're set.
Good? Okay. All right, so one of you will need to decide if you're partner A or partner B. All right. So, if you're partner A, raise your hand. Okay, A, yes. All A's, raise your hand. All right. So you will be taking turns keeping your eyes closed, so you don't have to worry about that if this is an issue for you. So I invite you to turn towards your partners, and if you're partner A, close your eyes. Your partner B will be looking at you. And so partner B, I invite you to look at this person in front of you who has the same desires as you, to feel good and safe and loved, who has your same will to survive, the same desire you do to make sense of their lives. Take this rare opportunity to look at this person without embarrassment. Look into their face. You may see clues that reveal traces of sadness, hope, fear, loss, like having loved someone who died or left. We've all experienced these things, so find it in your partner's face. Then realize that it's in your face too, and it's all right. See all the common experiences that you share of being hurt, of being lonely, of feeling shame, of being scared, of feeling worthless, of praying for help, of feeling guilty and ashamed, of looking for some kind of relief, some kind of peace, and yes, of the things that have brought happiness to your heart, moments of joy, pride, satisfaction, and of the yearning that we all have to love and be loved. Keep looking for signs in your partner that help you to realize how similar life has been for both of you. The details may be different, but the feelings and experiences are so much the same. As you see them in your partner, recognize them in yourself too, including that foggy feeling we have when we keep guessing our way through life without really understanding what's going on or what went wrong. See that your partner is like you and appreciate that they trust your gaze. What a gift to be seen. And realize that they can trust you. You can trust them because you see how much the same life is for both of you. At a real level, you know this person. They are just like you. So allow your heart to soften and your compassion to grow as you recognize these things in your partner. Feel your guardian heart, your cosmic heart awakening. Take a deep breath. Now, partner B, I invite you to give your partner the greatest gift you can give them simply by continuing to look at them as you radiate total understanding, total forgiveness, total compassion for all that they have experienced, for anything they could reveal to you, whatever stupid, ugly, shameful, crazy thing you can find out about them. You understand, don't you? Show them you understand through the power of the divine love in your eyes. Allow that compassion to beam from your eyes so that you're bathing them in love. You don't have to try to do anything. Just relax, set your ego aside, and let divine love shine through your eyes. Now, partner A, before you open your eyes, bring to mind those things in your life that you want to let go of, all of your burdens, your loneliness, pain, shame, fears, hopelessness, weariness, your secrets, all of it. Be prepared to let them all go, because you can do that. Receive the compassion, understanding, and forgiveness that is here, as if you are sitting before presence itself. You can let go of those burdens now, all of your pain, shame, secrets. Surrender it all into the eyes of love. Let it all go. Your partner understands. They really do. You can allow them to see the real you, because more than you've ever allowed yourself to be seen by anyone, maybe for the first time, but it's okay. Now for just a moment, partner A, open your eyes and look straight into the eyes of love across from you, receiving the compassion, understanding, and forgiveness that are there. You can let go of those burdens now. Surrender it all into the eyes of love. Your partner understands. They really do. I'm going to invite you to switch roles. So partner B, you will keep your eyes closed through this part, and your partner will be looking at you. Partner A, look at this person in front of you who has the same desires as you, to feel good and safe and loved, who has your same will to survive, the same desire you do to make sense of their life. Take this rare opportunity to look at this person without embarrassment. Look into their face. You may see clues that reveal traces of sadness, hope, fear, loss. Like having someone loved die or leave. We've all experienced these things, so find it in your partner's face. Then realize that it's in your face too, and it's all right. See all the common experiences you share of being hurt, of being lonely, of feeling shame, of being scared, of feeling worthless, of praying for help, of feeling guilty and ashamed, of looking for some kind of relief, some kind of peace. And yes, of the things that have brought happiness to your heart, moments of joy, pride, satisfaction, and of the yearning that we all have to love and be loved. Keep looking for signs in your partner that help you to realize how similar life has been for both of you. The details may be different, but the feelings and experiences are so much the same. As you see them in your partner, recognize them in yourself too, including that foggy feeling when we have as we guess our way through life without really understanding what's going on or what went wrong. See that your partner is like you and appreciate that they trust your gaze. What a gift to be seen. And realize that they can trust you and you can trust them because you see how much the same life is for both of you. At a real level, you know this person. They are just like you. So allow your heart to soften and your compassion to grow as you recognize these things in your partner. Feel your cosmic heart awakening. Now, partner A, I invite you to give your partner the greatest gift you can give them simply by continuing to look at them as you radiate total understanding, total forgiveness, total compassion for all that they have experienced, for anything they could reveal to you, whatever stupid, ugly, shameful, crazy thing you could find out about them. You understand, don't you? Show them you understand through the power of that divine love in your eyes. Allow that compassion to beam from your eyes so that you're bathing them in love. You don't have to try to do anything. Just relax, set your ego aside, and let divine love shine through you. Now, partner B, before you open your eyes, bring to mind those things in your life that you want to let go of. All of your burdens, your loneliness, pain, shame, fears, hopelessness, weariness, your secrets, all of it. Be prepared to let them all go because you can do that. Receive the compassion, understanding, and forgiveness that is here as if you are sitting before the presence itself. You can let go of those burdens now. All your pain and shame and secrets. Surrender it into the eyes of love. Let it all go. Your partner understands. They really do. You can allow them to see the real you, maybe more than you've ever allowed yourself to be seen by anyone, maybe for the first time, but it's okay. Now for just a moment, B, open your eyes and look straight into the eyes of love across from you, receiving the compassion, understanding, and forgiveness that are there. You can let go of those burdens now. Surrender it all into the eyes of love. Your partner understands. They really do. Give each other some nonverbal expression and appreciation for what you have just experienced together. Feel that experience that you just had. Being blessed by the cosmic heart. That deep sense of your common humanity, of the goodness that is in each of us, that is at the heart of transformation. Now you can give a verbal expression of appreciation. now into this beautiful heart energy, I'm going to invite you to complete your prayer requests. And if you need a prayer slip, please raise your hand so that we can make sure that you have them. In so doing, we are relaxing and softening into the heart so that it becomes light as a feather. We are concentrating, we are breathing into our heart space, sensing into our cosmic heart. We are meditating, knowing that the heart is a fractal of the cosmic heart. We are both the fractal and the whole. And in our realization, we are embracing the total transformation that comes as we allow light to enter the cracks in our heart.
There's nothing more that could ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living hope. Your presence, I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence alone. Your presence, Lord. There's nothing worth more that can ever come close. Nothing ever compares. You're our living hope. Your presence, Lord. I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord.
So I invite us in this fifth step to breathe in appreciation. As prayer requests come forward. And let us just energetically just shower these requests, everything that is here representing the desires of our heart, representing that truly God is the desires of our heart. Feeling the appreciation for all that we have shared together, for our interconnection, for our deep compassion that is present, and allowing the love to fill every request, knowing, sight, unseen. The answer is yes. And so it is. So this is our time of welcome. Welcome all of us who are here, that we have already cultivated absolutely something amazing. So I am so very grateful for each and every one of you. As I've mentioned before, I have this rare visual that I have an opportunity to look in each one of your eyes. And it's always amazing. And I am so blessed by your spirit and just your beingness in terms of who you are. So thank you so very much. And for those of you who are online, thank you for being here and for being such a vital part of creating what we are creating together today. Even though we can't see you with our eyes, we feel your presence with our hearts and our whole being and feel so grateful. So if there's anyone here that is for the first time, we invite you to stand. I think I know one person that's already told us it. And we have a couple of gifts that we want to give you. One is a welcome packet that tells you a little bit about unity. And the other gift we want to give you is an energetic blessing. So for this, all you need to do is just open your heart to receive. We invite the community to rub your hands together and to repeat after me. We see who you are.
We see who you are.
You are a magnificent divine creation.
You are a magnificent divine creation.
You are a one-of-a-kind miracle.
You are a one-of-a-kind miracle.
You are indispensable to the universe.
You are indispensable to the universe.
We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
And we celebrate the light that you are.
And we celebrate the light that you are.
Thank you so much for being here with us, gracing us with your presence. Hey, Dawn!
I didn't want to come at first, and then they were like, oh, yeah, it's fine, Mommy. So yeah.
Yay!
They were nervous, thank you.
Yay! I'm so glad. And so, very briefly, I'm going to invite us to stand and to greet each other here in the spirit of Sayopona, which is we see you.
This is going to be a difficult one to get you back to your seats because the heart connection has really been established today. What a lovely service. And I'm going to move through these things very quickly. My name is Don Fouts. I'm part of your leadership team, and I am delighted to be here with John and Michelle, and Lisa, Kathy, Paula. All right, so we have a identity and purpose statement. I know you're not ready, but we're going to say these together now. We are family for each other, welcoming, nurturing, and awakening one another at depth. And our purpose statement, birthing the new human as the face of evolving love on the planet, with a major emphasis on love, as we witness today. We do have some ongoing weekly events that we want to draw your attention to. The first one is the Life Reflection Cafe that is live here tomorrow at 10 a.m. So come and join this small group setting hosted by Jamie Jetty and company. On Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, we have the weekly inspiration. That is Zoom only. You will need to go to the website to get the Zoom link, and that is unityoflasvegas.org. And on Thursdays at 6 o'clock, let's look here. Yeah, 6 o'clock to 7:30, we have A Course in Miracles. I call this the heart of our church. This is a large group, 15 to 25 people every week. And typically I might say something more about the Course in Miracles because it is such a phenomenal, transforming miracle in this church and for the lives of the people there. But it is both live at 6 o'clock and available by Zoom. Get the link on our website. Coins for a Cause. I've been collecting coins. Now I have a can to put them in and bring them back. And you can sign up and grab a can.
Are the cans out there? Yeah, because I keep forgetting.
Yeah, the cans are out in the lobby. Enough of that. Sorry. Don't distract the guy with the microphone. Then beginning next month, and this is on the November 2nd, the first Sunday after church, we'll be doing a Discover the You in Unity. How did Myrtle Fillmore's healing transform Charles into the biblical, mystical teacher that he was, leading up to where we are discovering here, dream big and prosper with ease and grace with our own Florence Monzon. So, there you have it. We have one more thing. Paula's got something. Paula, here's the mic.
Paula's coming up. I just want to tell everybody, if anybody's interested, a group of us are going to the farm after service, and they're serving food today. If you haven't got your pumpkin yet, they're having their big harvest festival this weekend and the next 2 weekends, so come on.
The farm?
Come hang out with us. They have food today. They have a chef there.
Where's the farm?
It's Teton Drive. Just look up The Farm Las Vegas and find it. Thanks for letting me share on that.
Wow, I get to make 2 announcements today. Something very exciting happened yesterday for us. Happy 64th anniversary Unity of Las Vegas. Founded October 11th, 1961. Today, we joyfully celebrate 64 years of love, light, and spiritual service to the Las Vegas community and beyond. A special thank you to our founders, Reverend Marie and Paul Kapp, for planting the sacred seed that has blossomed into a spiritual sanctuary for thousands across 6 decades. And you can learn more about that at Unity of Las Vegas on our website under History. Some fun facts: anniversary flower is the gladiolus, symbolizing strength, character, faithfulness, and integrity. The anniversary color, lavender or silver, representing grace, spiritual growth, and enlightenment. And in numerology, 64, a sacred number of foundations building upon legacy and wisdom through experience. And yes, next year's 65th is associated with the blue sapphire, wisdom, protection, and divine truth. And so to honor this milestone, we're excited to announce a legacy project. It's underway, archiving our original scrapbooks from 1961 through the 1990s. A forthcoming book celebrating Unity of Las Vegas' full spiritual timeline, impact on the community, and a complete minister history compilation in time for our 65th anniversary on October 11th, 2026. So mark your calendars. And we give thanks to our current spiritual leader, Reverend Lisa Lee. Forthcoming Reverend. We can say that. Our board of trustees, music ministers, Michelle Roll and John Jones, and the rest of the Inspiration Station. Did I get that?
Yeah.
Transformation Station. And wait, what did I say? Inspiration too. And our loving congregation, all of you continue to give of their time, talents, and treasures. Thank you. From open mic nights to homeless outreach and book studies to sacred music and meditation, Unity of Las Vegas continues to be a beacon of hope, a hub of spiritual education, and a beloved home of new thought teaching. So imagine Las Vegas in 1961 and imagine today. Unity has remained relevant, radiant, and resilient. Through every decade, every change, and every new generation, love has remained our foundation. So thank you for being a part of the journey, and here's to our next chapter. Thank you for allowing me to be of service. And if you haven't been online lately, please visit unityoflasvegas.org, right? Is that our, or is it unitylasvegas.org?
UnityLasVegas.org.
Yes, visit our site and check out the history. There's already information there from our scrapbooks.
Ta-da. Thank you, Paula. So we would be failing you if we did not do a collection of your offering. Yes. So we have an affirmation. You can hold your offering in your hand, and we will say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. You can move your blessing to the aisles, and our ushers will pick those up.
When I am down and oh, my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can
Thank you so much. Incredible, Michelle and John. So if you close your eyes and know the truth, there's a flow of abundance and love easily manifesting in each one of our lives. Holy Spirit, our ancestry, the gurus of wisdom that have gone before us. Thank you for blessing the lives, the heart, and all that hear this message. And so it is.
So it is. Amen. Thank you. And in the interest of time, we're going to stand and we're going to close with our prayer for protection. It has been an amazing service, right? Thank you. And together, the light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. And wherever we are, God is. And all is well. Have a beautiful week, beloved.